In a world where attention is currency, the power of indifference reigns supreme. To chase after what eludes you is to acknowledge its value, giving power to that which holds you captive. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. My fellow Stoics, I suppose you see the similarities. This is the 36th law of Robert Greene's banned book, The 48 Laws of Power. Without further delay, let's start our video, and you know what to do if you find it useful. Chapter 1. What is indifference? Indifference is not simply ignoring something. It's an active choice to shift focus from what you can't have to what you can control. This concept is rooted in Stoicism, a philosophy that advocates for maintaining inner peace by controlling our responses rather than external events. The Stoics, like Epictetus, believed that desiring things beyond our reach only leads to frustration and diminished self-worth. By embracing indifference, we protect our emotional well-being and reinforce our personal strength. In practical terms, this means when faced with unattainable goals or desires, you consciously choose not to dwell on them. Instead, direct your energy towards areas where you have agency. For instance, if you're overlooked for a promotion, rather than displaying disappointment, focus on excelling in your current role and improving your skills. This not only maintains your dignity, but also reinforces your reputation as someone resilient and self-assured. Understanding this principle helps in recognizing the value of your own responses. By not being swayed by external factors you cannot change, you preserve your autonomy and project an image of strength and composure. This strategic detachment, far from being a sign of weakness, is a powerful tool for maintaining control over your own life. Chapter 2. The psychological dynamics of indifference. Psychologically, indifference taps into the concept of reactance theory, introduced by Jack Brem in 1966. Reactance theory suggests that when people perceive their freedoms or choices are restricted, they experience a psychological urge to reclaim their autonomy. By displaying indifference towards something unattainable, you effectively minimize the perceived threat to your personal freedom and reduce the psychological tension associated with it. When you act indifferent, you convey that the unattainable does not hold sway over your emotional state or decisions. This approach can diminish the emotional value of what you cannot have, making it less likely to consume your thoughts or affect your behavior. Instead of longing or regret, you channel your energy into areas where you can exert influence and achieve satisfaction. For instance, if a colleague receives a promotion you desired, showing overt frustration may heighten perceived value of that promotion. By appearing indifferent, you lessen its significance and prevent it from impacting your self-esteem or motivation. This strategic detachment not only protects your mental well-being, but also subtly reinforces your position of strength and control, allowing you to maintain a clear focus on your own goals and achievements. Chapter 3. The Art of Mastering Perception. Mastering perception through indifference is about shaping how others view you. When you exhibit disinterest in something you cannot obtain, you subtly manipulate how it is valued in the eyes of others. This principle operates on the understanding that value is often a reflection of our attitude towards it. When you display indifference, you send a message that you are unaffected by the object of your desire, which can paradoxically increase its value in the eyes of others. People tend to overestimate the importance of what seems out of reach, or what is desired but unattainable. By not visibly chasing after it, you diminish its allure, making you appear more composed and self-sufficient. In practice, if you're bypassed for a leadership role, showing indifference rather than bitterness not only maintains your dignity, but also demonstrates your ability to rise above setbacks. This can enhance your reputation as a stable and confident individual, thereby positioning you more favorably for future opportunities. Your indifference subtly communicates that your self-worth and effectiveness are not contingent upon external validation, thereby reinforcing your perceived strength and self-control. By mastering the art of indifference, you effectively influence the perception of value and maintain a position of psychological and strategic advantage. Chapter 4. Practical Strategies for Employing Indifference. To effectively employ indifference in your daily life, follow these practical strategies. Acknowledge and reframe. Begin by recognizing when you are facing something unattainable or beyond your control. Consciously reframe your thoughts to focus on what you can influence. For example, if you're excluded from a key project, redirect your focus to enhancing your current work or seeking new skills. This shift in focus helps you maintain control and preserves your emotional energy. Control your reactions. Practice maintaining a neutral demeanor when confronted with challenges or disappointments. By controlling your outward reactions, you prevent others from seeing your vulnerabilities and reduce the significance of the unattainable. This can be as simple as avoiding visible frustration or complaint, and instead adopting a calm and measured response. Redirect attention. When faced with unattainable goals or desires, divert your attention towards positive actions that align with your values and objectives. Engaging in activities that reinforce your strengths or contribute to your personal growth helps keep your mind occupied and lessens the allure of what you cannot have. Cultivate self-awareness. Regular self-reflection helps in recognizing the triggers that make you feel envious or frustrated. Understanding these triggers allows you to preemptively manage your responses and reinforce your commitment to indifference. By being self-aware, you strengthen your ability to handle external challenges with poise. By implementing these strategies, you harness the power of indifference, not just as a defense mechanism, but as a proactive tool to maintain your composure and focus. This approach not only preserves your self-esteem, but also reinforces your strategic positioning in various aspects of life. Chapter 5. Guarding against manipulative indifference. While indifference can be a powerful tool for maintaining control and perception, it's essential to recognize when it is being used against you. Others may employ strategic indifference to manipulate your emotions or diminish your goals. Recognize the tactic. Understand that strategic indifference might be used by others to undermine your aspirations or make you feel inadequate. For example, if someone consistently downplays your achievements or shows disinterest in your goals, they might be trying to diminish their perceived value. Recognizing this tactic helps you stay grounded and not be swayed by their emotional manipulation. Maintain focus on your goals. Stay centered on your objectives and values, regardless of others' indifference. This requires a clear understanding of your own priorities and the value of your goals. By focusing on what truly matters to you, you prevent others' strategies from derailing your progress. Communicate effectively. If someone's indifference is affecting your interactions, address it directly but calmly. Assertive communication can clarify your stance and diminish any attempt to manipulate your perception. For instance, if a colleague's disinterest in your ideas is impacting your confidence, assertively presenting your ideas and reinforcing their importance can counteract their strategy. Seek external validation wisely. While internal validation is crucial, occasional external feedback can be beneficial. Ensure you seek constructive feedback from trusted sources to balance the impact of others' indifference and reinforce your self-worth. By understanding and guarding against manipulative indifference, you not only protect your emotional well-being, but also strengthen your position. This awareness allows you to use indifference as a tool for personal strength, while remaining resilient against attempts to undermine your goals or aspirations.